Hello, everyone, and welcome to round one of the Iron Ram Next series, powered by TH Designs. I'm Sheep Mom Soul, and I'm joined currently in the booth here by one of our drivers, Dirty Kohai, for this race. How you doing, Kohai?
Yes. Hey, Sol, thanks for letting me join you in the booth today. Bit of an odd one for me as I should be out there on track, but given live
Yeah.
events, thought I'd at least lend my hand and my voice to a bit of commentary tonight to keep our fans of the series entertained. And
Yeah,
this
no, of
series, of
course.
course, round one brings us to the Iowa Speedway in Newton, Iowa, USA.
Yeah.
Roughly,
So, to kind of start us off, we've already experienced our first bit of season one scuff here. As in my infinite hubris, I've set up the session with a one lap qualifying, so that's gonna shake things up just a little bit. Hopefully, um, no one's angry at me after this race, but we live, we learn.
we will power through the scuffers anyway, as we
Um,
always do. Be it
yeah,
on broadcasts, in the racing, doesn't matter, we shall power through. And powering through the minor kerfuffle in qualifying currently sees Anna the Deer sat on pole with 19.891. Normally, our drivers would be getting 2 laps to set their time,
yeah, two
but
laps.
given this slight change of circumstance, they are making do with what they can.
Listen, we can call it what it is. An oopsie. A big old oopsie. Regardless, Anna was one of those drivers who were pretty solidly up at the front of the field for the most of the race, and she ended up winning at Pocono. So, this may be another Anna sweep. So we'll have a see here. This track is definitely going to be a lot more consistency focused than necessarily draft focused compared to Pocono. A lot less
Abs-
people on top
abs-
of each other for this race.
Absolutely. However, we do have quite a few of the Mariah United VRT members in tonight. Liv Fox, Frankie Wynn, and It's Just Riley, who are known to have a good bit of consistency and performance in IndyCar and potentially the NXT as well, especially on some of these more
Mm-hmm.
interesting ovals. So I wouldn't count anybody out in particular, but there's certainly a few people I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this race.
No, for sure. We have a much bigger field this time around. I believe we have like 26 cars or so. Also, with unfortunately, kind of also due to that qualifying error with the session, there's gonna be a lot of people who did not qualify for this. So unfortunately, a lot of those people are gonna be just racing from where the cards kind of lay. So hopefully, a lot of those people can make their way back up through the field. Um, um,
Absolutely. Qualifying is just one part of the race weekend, as it were. Only gives you a chance to start further up the grid and potentially run away with it. But again, nothing is guaranteed in racing. Speaking of individuals that we know in the community, Ruby Nakamata of Samantha Tan Racing, Queen's Design, and Mirai United VRT Frame, one of those individuals who unfortunately did not get a legal qualifying lap in, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they find their way up the grid. And the same with the likes of David Katzer, as well as a
mhm.
couple others on the grid.
Yeah. So hopefully, these lovely, lovely folks that are taking their time out of their day to race this series here tonight, will give us a little bit of grace with these scuff as we are learning. Well, I'm specifically learning as the person who kind of runs the show here. Um, so mistakes will be made. We grow, we learn. I'm ultimately hoping to get a lot of feedback from this race. I'm fully expected to get some jokes made about it. But other than that, I'm very excited to see the race we got because we got a good solid competitive field for today. We're currently just kind of waiting on the qualifying part of the session to end. I believe they have about 3 minutes or so left in qualifying. If there's anyone else to for anyone else to qualify who hasn't already on the one lap shootout we've given them. Um, but yeah, I guess we could take this opportunity to also thank our sponsor of the series, TH Designs. Um, You can find him on Trading Paints. I would highly recommend his work. He has been a sponsor of not only Iron Ram, but me on iRacing. And he has sponsored many a car, designed many a beautiful livery for not just me, but a lot of my friends. And I highly, highly recommend him. You can find him at TH Designs. I'm pretty much, I'm sure on like most social media and on Trading Paints. Or you can find him at TJ Handley at Trading Paints. Um, this track, I feel is going to breed some pretty good racing regardless, because even in officials, it bred some pretty good racing. And especially on the new layout, there's a lot of grip on this track, so you could run 2 wide, maybe 3 wide if you're feeling brave around most of this track.
Yes, admittedly, I'm not one for the oval circuits. It's not my usual repertoire, but I've done experienced a little bit of Iowa's corny habits, as it were, and there is an interesting amount of grip to be had around here. Although we're seeing how our field finds and utilizes that grip, because with 2 hours, 10 minutes, or 140 laps, whichever comes first,
Mm-hmm.
there's quite a few laps to kind of eke out the tire life and see how our drivers make it round, especially with a 50 degrees Celsius track temperature.
Yeah,
Fortunately, I don't know what that is in old money for our
I,
more
I
traditional friends.
unfortunately, yeah, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit either. But yeah, the track's going to be scorching, so it's going to probably come down to being a tire saving race. They do have 3 sets over this 140 lap distance, so we may see people kind of opting to save tires instead of pushing straight out the gate. Especially those who unfortunately had a rougher qualifying than others. We're going to be gridding in about 30 seconds here, so I apologize for the delay. Um, but we have some folks in the chat coming in to root for their favorite drivers, or in some cases, call their favorite driver washed. So the crowd is certainly very,
Yes.
very excited.
Yes, the crowds of fellow drivers is always an interesting one. Um, but yeah, feel free to cheer on, make a few jokes, but keep it at least civil around here. There's
Yeah,
no
no,
need to
of
go
course.
throwing big mean words to your drivers, because at the end of the day, they want your support. They need your support to get through the next 140 laps of Iowa.
So everyone is now gridding up here. We can now take a look at the final results of qualifying. Probably not what everyone was hoping for, but starting at the top of the grid, Anna the Deer starting first again. Let's see if she can make it a 2 for 2. Following right behind her is Skyrocket Dog in second. The new addition, actually, like quite literally today, signed up last minute addition to this race. And third, we got Zoysight in the 65 machine. We got oh, my goodness, I apologize. I wrote down how to pronounce it. Guyendo and the 84. They're gonna ream me out for how I pronounce their name. In fourth place, we got Jolted Dax in fifth, Lithfox qualifying sixth, Daedalus Fulguri qualifying seventh, Camo in eighth, Frankie Wynn in ninth, Riley in 10th, Zero Chilcott Atlanta in 11th, and Ian the Terrible in 12th. These were all the people who were able to set a lap. Everyone else is kind of at their own whim here.
Indeed. But rounding out the non-qualifiers, we have Ruby Nakamata in the 40 car. 14th with Katie Timberfox in the number 18, if my eyes are not deceiving me.
Correct.
Bit of a problem with the vision tonight. David Katzer from Katzer Racing in the 41 on 15th, followed alongside by Kaito Nasa in, I can never remember, I can't read Kaito's Nasa, I do apologise, in the Ad Astra VRT car. Then you have Harper Caps in the 99. Apologies if there's any mistakes over the naming. Ubi Diaz for Bagger Racing in the 46. Kenny Campos in the 71. Sean Fry in the 17. And Jenny Flowers in the 88. Apologies if any of our drivers, if the names are a little bit funky. There were some minor technical hiccups with some of the behind-the-scenes shenanigans. However, that's not going to stop them racing today. As the grid starts rolling out of the pit lane, onto the circuit for 2 pacing laps, I believe.
Yeah.
To get everyone
Oh, and
ready
someone's
and raring
already
to go.
spun. I believe that's Camo who
Oh,
spun under pacing. Let's go have a
indeed.
game. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Let's go have a look back at
Yeah,
that.
63 there, just perhaps maybe putting a little bit too eager on throttle behind Lift Fox.
I'm not
Yep,
sure exactly what happened there.
a bit of a wiggle there, maybe
Little
putting
bit
the
of
power down
wiggle.
too
We are happy
eagerly.
sweet. Yeah, I think they
And
just
yep,
yeah,
there it
just a bit too
goes.
much power. So already we have some drama to start this race. I don't know if he's going to be
Yeah.
able to slot back into that grid spot or not.
One more lap to go. We'll see if the iRacing gods are kind and let him slot
Yeah.
back in.
If not, he's going to be
yeah,
starting
that's
from
again-
the back of the field. It looks like he's making
Yeah,
his way
not-
up. So long as he gets back up there safely, I'm sure there's not going to be any sort of penalties applied for that one.
Absolutely, but a clear show of what you mentioned in the earlier driver briefing off air today is that tyre temps will take some time to heat up, and with the still 50 degrees Celsius track temp, a lot of these drivers are going to have to be very cautious initially when applying power as we come towards the green slowly but surely.
Yeah, as we come to the green here, Anna will lead the pack, but the green flag will start the race here. Our safety Mustang will be pulling off here, and now it's up to the green flag to get us going.
Green flag.
And we're off! Anna leads the field. People start spreading out immediately. Someone's already in the wall back there. I saw that. People going 3 wide, three back going into turn 1. We're gonna move back down the field to see what's going on here.
All this jostling has allowed Anna the Deer to get a quick little jump.
Yeah. The battling side by
see
side
quite
is
a
going to
few-
give them more and more of a gap.
Absolutely, as we see another car on the wall, the 46 back there. That's at least one car towing to pit lane. Still trying to see what the kerfuffle was at the start, but at the moment it looks like all but the 46 cars are still running. No caution flag thrown by the steward so far.
We're going to take a look back at what happened to Ubiduous. Right here. See what happened. Yeah, it looks like he just
yes.
kind of he couldn't get onto that grippy surface. Yeah, and the back end just snapped out of him.
Oh, a hard contact into the wall. Hopefully the race isn't entirely over, but that's going to be a long tow for them back to pit lane.
I mean, the
and
drivers
many laps down.
The drivers do have 2 fast repairs that they can work with here tonight. So, luckily, any of these early mistakes aren't going to be super detrimental so long as they can get that car back on the track before they get lapped down.
Indeed. Because we're currently looking on to Guayando. Again, apologies for the butchering of the name.
I think you got it better than me,
And-
Guayando. Yeah.
Guayando and Zoisite there. P2 and P3, not much between them. Are they racing hard or are they just eking out the tyre life? Oh, as we see a little bit more
Zero-
smoke up ahead.
It's Zero's gotten into the wall, I think. Let's go take a look back at what happened there. Some more early drama. Yeah, I think they just... Yeah, turn 4 claims another. That corner is notorious. If they cut across the line, that's going to be something that'll have to be looked at by the stewards as we move back to the middle of the
Yes.
field here.
The attempt to get out of the way of your competitors is appreciated, but the execution, that's one for the stewards to decide, I believe. As we move now on to Lift Fox, sat in P5, stuck on the high line at the minute, perhaps maybe a little bit too eager with the tyres, stuck behind Camo, just maybe Dirty Air playing a wee factor here.
Yeah, Dirty Air is
Can't
definitely
speak
going to
with
be...
it.
Dirty Air is definitely going to have to be something that they have to pay attention to. I feel that might be what is catching a lot of these drivers up. As Sky Rocket Dog has actually dropped 6 positions from the start. I'm not sure exactly what happened at the start of the race, but he's definitely fallen back, maybe taking a bit more lax approach. Who knows? Everyone is fighting pretty tooth and nail right now.
Yeah, a lot of weaving and looking for moves quite early on, 100 with 10 laps of a 140 lap race to go. It's like, so I wonder, are you guys really trying to save your tyres? You've only got 3 sets, and even split 14 into 3. That's 35, 36 laps a set. Do you really want to be pushing them that hard that soon?
Yeah.
Assuming you use them all.
It could be also a case of just trying to get those early positions while they can, and then just settling into that groove, because it seems right now we're kind of getting into that train of cars as everyone tries to get that consistent lap going. Data's going way down the line there. We got someone on the bottom of the track. I'm not sure who that is. I could not see the car number when they came by. We're gonna look back down here further in the field as David Katz is currently racing side by side with, I believe that's no, that's not Kaito Nasa. I'm not sure what car that is. It's a blue camo.
The 99 of Plompy.
Ah, yes, okay, yeah.
I believe.
Two of them.
Yes.
Ooh, side by side as we go through here. Everyone kind of trying to find their footing here, especially further down the field.
David ultimately taking success there with the higher line, allowing Plompy to keep it low. Maybe sort of take a little bit less tire out of the lighters. Oh, as we see contact round. Caution is out, as that was contact between Jan Thomas Litz and, correction, I believe that might... Sean Fry, and I think that might have been Ubi Diaz. I'm not sure.
Let's have a look at what happened there. So it just comes up the track. Yeah, it gets hooked right into the wall. And Ubi goes right over. Oh.
Yes. Yes, 2 into 1 does not go, especially not at the speed seen here at Iowa. That would have been a 250 kph, roughly around 150 mile an hour contact.
I wanna get a.
But 14 laps down.
Yeah.
And the first caution has only just come out, so some aggressive moves there from our field.
I wanna get a look at that from Sean's perspective from the Halo cam here. Oh, sorry, it did not let me use the Halo cam. My apologies. One moment.
Darn.
Stop.
The first round of the season, ladies and gentlemen, there's always going to be a little bit of scuff, despite the exhibition.
Yeah, so we're here basically in the cockpit view for Sean. So he goes round. Yeah, just. Oh, yeah. I think. Yeah, both of them just got too close to that wall.
Indeed. Although I wonder what the onboard for Ubi Diaz would look like if the system allows.
We can definitely go take a look at that. Yeah, he just hooks him and then he's just up and over.
Oh, terrifying views. The camera cuts out as Ubi Diaz flipped upside down hard into the concrete of Iowa Speedway.
Oh.
Oh, stand by. System is just minor technical difficulties with the system, but as we see a couple of our drivers deciding whether they want to enter the pit lane.
I don't think anyone pitted. It's a little early to be doing that, all things considered. That was a gnarly wreck, though.
Absolutely, as Anna the Deer is playing what appears to be Kiss Chase with the Ford Mustang safety car, pace car.
I guess we can also take the time to thank iRacing for providing this wonderful service that we are using for this broadcast. Shout out to them. They provide a great racing service. Highly recommended.
Yeah,
iRacing, please don't get mad at us.
Please don't get mad at us. No, I don't think they could. iRacing, as we are, gives you single-seater cars like the Indy NXT here. Obviously, feeder series into the real-life IndyCar series, also featured in iRacing. So you have your single-seater varieties, both American and European to some degree. You have your tin tops, your sports cars, your road cars. You have dirt road and dirt oval. So if you like variety, you want to try some sim racing, there are plenty of good deals out there if you're curious, and always worth keeping your ear to the ground when those deals show up. But yeah,
we're only 18 laps in, and there's already been a plethora of drama so far. Definitely. The mid to the back part of this field so far has definitely been where a lot of the interesting racing is happening. A lot of the people at the front just kind of slotting into a groove, where people in the back kind of have to squabble a bit there. Yeah,
although one thing I believe we might have missed in all the drama is that Zoisite has retaken P2 from Guayando.
Yeah,
One of these days I will get the pronunciation right. I do apologize to our to my fellow drivers.
they can roast us about it after the broadcast. I fully accept it.
Absolutely.
And with that, the lights are off on the safety car as we're coming to the green flag once again. Anna is in control, so she can go as soon as that pace car is off track. And we're
And we are
off.
green and away. I believe we have the same brain cell there. Away she goes there.
Yeah,
Now to see if she can rebuild the lead that she had in the first portion of the race, the first 14 laps.
Yeah, she already looks like she's taking off. We're gonna go take a look at some of the drivers in the back here. We're gonna get a wider view here. Yeah,
Katie
everyone's...
Timberfox there looking and maybe trying a move there on the restart. Maybe a little bit of life in those tyres still.
Yep. Katie's
And gets the
currently
move done.
Katie's currently fighting through some pretty experienced IndyCar drivers in the field here. I believe that's Riley and Frankie Wynn, two very well-versed IndyCar drivers.
Indeed, Frisky Frankie and Riley perhaps maybe taking easy, allowing Katie past or that, or Katie's got something that perhaps they don't, although Frankie holding the high line, using the momentum, a little bit less tyre scrub and forcing Katie to slot in right behind that frisky little friend boy.
Yeah.
Listen, I had to throw the jokes out there with my fellow racers.
I've had skyrocket dogs trying to make some positions now. Keeping it nice and close to I believe that's Daedalus. I've had plenty of good races here with Daedalus. Daedalus has some prime experience as well, racing here.
Yeah, Ubi Diaz just trundling there on the low line, allowing our racers to get past with trying not to get involved.
Trying to keep
Maybe
it as
a little bit of...
Sorry. He's trying to keep it as predictable as he can be. That was one thing we went over in the drivers' meeting, is that this track is definitely gonna have people going laps down, so they got to be careful and they got to make sure to give people a predictable line through corners.
Yes, a little bit of racing room goes a long way around these tracks, especially at these conditions and these speeds. Cars reaching upwards of 270 kph, if not a little bit more. Although seeing a couple cars maybe scraping the ball back there in the rear, more rear of the field, but might.
So yeah, we currently got a battle for fourth right now. Lithbox, Gyando, I believe that's Kama or Jolted in there, and I think that's Daedalus as well. So yeah, these guys battling for now fifth.
Yeah.
No, that's Jolted. That's Jolted Dax.
Yeah, so you have Lith, Guayando, Daedalus, and Jolted there. Lith reporting over the game chat there was a bit of a brief VR glitch. Always a terrifying thing to experience as a fellow sim racing VR VTuber, I guess, although not to the same quality of Lith. Last thing you want is your display or screen sort of blinking out on you.
Yeah,
especially at these speeds.
Yeah. No, I've dabbled a little bit of the VR racing on iRacing, and it's super fun, super immersive stuff. But I can't imagine. Ooh, the big block. Sorry.
Yeah, Daedalus really trying to get a move on the inside, down on the inside line there, but Guayando is really using that aero blocking, making sure Daedalus gets nothing but a face full of dirty air.
Ooh, I saw someone scuffing
really pushing.
I saw someone scuffing up the turn 4 wall back there. I think that was Katie Fox, or Katie Sim Fox.
Hopefully just a grazing hit and nothing that affects the car's performance. But yeah, still this battle here for P5 between Guayando and Daedalus is going to continue as we switch back to Riley. It's just Riley plodding along, minding their own business, keeping the tyres going. They're reasonably fairly confident in the IndyCar and the Indy Next, but maybe not enjoying the conditions so much, or just letting things play out ahead, seeing the shenanigans and thought, nah, I'm good. I'm going to sit here and let the chaos go on ahead in front of me.
Yeah. So currently, right now, the drivers have about another, I believe, 44 laps of, 43 laps of fuel in the tank before they got to make a pit stop. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of fuel saving, but I don't know how much you're going to be able to get out of this car, of this track. Especially with the tire wear, where it will matter in the long run. We're going to move up the field, though. Well, we're gonna move the car back down to Ruby Nakamata, who's currently making a move under Katie, who may potentially be battling a little bit of damage on her car, as the two of them are side by side coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, I believe we might have missed the initial war contact there, but still giving Ruby a good run for her money there. Although Ruby just about getting ahead as we go across the start-finish line out turn 4.
Okay.
But they are still nose to tail. So either Ruby might be struggling with the car, or I'm thinking maybe Katie is doing a hell of a job managing the damage, what damage there is.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Despite the dirty air.
I apologize for us hopping around the track so much. There is a lot going on. I want to make sure we're on top of it as much of it as possible. We're going to move back up to Gyondo. I'm going to get a reaming for this, as they're currently now fighting back Frankie Wynn, who's now trying to make a move for 5th around the outside, but they have to keep in mind that they got Jolted and Daedalus behind them looking to make a move as he makes the swap to the inside line, making the move and making it stick.
Gyondo not quite close enough, as we see. Oh, Jolted, I believe that was in the wall.
Ooh.
Just a little grazing hit, maybe.
I think Jolted and Daedalus got a little kiss of the wall there. Turn 4 claims another.
Yes. But no, the battle is quite interesting. Frankie just snuck his way up the field there a little bit. Now, we know I mentioned before that both Lith Fox, Frankie Wynn, and quite a few of the other Mariah United VRT drivers are no stranger to IndyCar, Indy Next, and turning left at ovals. So perhaps it's that little bit of experience doing them a favour, just allowing them to sneak through unnoticed. But again, only 40 of 140 laps, but sorry.
No, I was going to say Jolted's looking to make a move here.
Yeah.
If you want to finish your thought. We're 40 laps in.
That's all right. Just letting their experience play out. But yeah, Jolt is still looking for that move. Slim little advantage there. A little bit closer to Gyondo this time by, but not quite close enough to send a dive. We see David Katzer rolling on pit lane, putting him at least 1 or 2 laps down. Let me double check that for you.
I'm not sure exactly what the cause of that was, but he's going to be the first person to pit under non-regulated
conditions.
Yeah, basically, green flag conditions. That's what I was looking for.
So what did we miss from David Katzer? That is an early pit stop.
I'm not sure.
Unless he was too aggressive on his tyres before.
It might be a strategy call on your tires, because you said about you got to make 34 laps on each set. So that might have been the call. We're gonna move back to Skyrocket, who's gonna make a move. We've missed a couple moves on the number 84 car. They've fallen all the way back down to 9th. They might be falling down to 10th here, as Riley's looking to make a move.
Indeed, Skyrocket Dog sneaking through whilst he weren't looking. And Joel and Riley seeing if he can perhaps do the same. Especially with the Ruby Nakamata sort of slowly just creeping there in the background. Applying a little pressure. Riley getting really close into turn 3, but not quite got anything for the drive out of turn 4. Just keeping it simple for now. Peeking slightly out of the wash of the car behind us. He looks not quite going to get a face full of dirty on the exit of 2. Ooh, Gyondo's just doing enough for the time being to keep Riley in the spot. Just far enough off the rear of the car.
He's starting to slowly catch back up to Skyrocket, so the two of them might battle and give Riley that opportunity to get by, as he tries to go around the outside. Enough of that darker kind of asphalt to keep them in the racing line as they make the pass, and they might be going for 2 in 1 lap here on Sky One. It looks like Daedalus got into the wall again. Their car about midway down the field. Either that or they had a bit of a spin.
Yeah, Riley stuck on that high line this time by Sky, just keeping the car intact. And although was Riley got enough of a run to look into 3, not quite.
He didn't get down far enough to keep the grip, and he's gonna get into the wall a bit there.
And a hard contact with the wall there. Hopefully, no damage.
He's gonna bleed a couple.
Can't quite tell from our TV cams.
Yeah, I don't think he got anything really bad, but he's definitely gonna bleed a couple positions with the loss of momentum.
Absolutely, that can be little tap is all you need sometimes just to throw you off a game, especially running that high line. Maybe he knows something we don't. I can't say for sure. I'm not very good at the ovals myself.
I know for this track, ideally if you're running single file, you want to start on the coming in on the high line and take it almost like a late apex, to kind of keep that most of your momentum.
Yep.
Anna the Deer, though,
But yeah,
keeping a massive gap to the rest of the field. She's about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds to Zoisite behind her right now. She's absolutely dominating. I guess it's a good opportunity to talk about how the point system works here. So the top 15 get points, but there's also some bonus points up for grabs. One for pole, which Anna's already gotten. One for leading a lap, which she's definitely gotten. One for most laps led, which currently she holds. And then one for fastest lap, which I don't know who currently holds that at this point in time. So she may get the full 20-point sweep for this race.
Potentially, although it must be stated that the extra bonus points do not stack on a per lap basis. It's a single extra point, I believe.
Yes, if you lead a lap, you get a point. Nothing more, nothing less.
As Anna the Deer comes onto pit lane.
Yeah, giving everyone an opportunity to kind of make a gap here. I believe that's Jolted following her into pit lane here.
Indeed. The first of the green flag leaders, forgive me, everyone. First of the leaders to pit under green flag. That might put them a lap or two behind as part of the pit cycle, but it will be recovered as we see a lot more of our drivers now. Zoisite, I believe that is... someone's going for the wrong pit lane there.
Camo, I think, missed it. Yeah, Camo missed the pit lane, and that's going to bleed him a lot of positions.
Oh, as well as someone else there on the getting rather loose and spicy on pit entry.
I think that was Ian.
Remember, drivers... It did look like Ian's car there. Drivers must stay in the fast lane until roughly between 5 and 3 boxes before their own.
I don't, we'll definitely, this is something for the stewards to check, to make sure everyone is adhering to. So yeah,
the first of the leaders, the first of the leaders pit cycles underway as Anna is back out on track. As we see Jolted
with a quick pit in.
Very aggressive entry there, as we see, followed by what I believe is Daedalus with the golden nose.
He's gotten a drive-through penalty for that. That's really unfortunate. Giondo also getting a drive-through penalty, I believe, for speeding.
Ooh, yeah, the stewards do not like to see anybody speeding on a pit entry. It's a safety thing, and they will penalise you harsh if you do so. Ask me how I know. Been there, done that.
Currently, not a lot of battles as everyone comes out of the pits. It looks like Anna is going to be leading out of this pit cycle. As we look back to her, yeah, she's moving her way back up. The only person to not pit so far is Plumpy. Oh, no, I lied. She is, no, that's Ruby. It's Plumpy right now. She's currently using the fact that she'll still have field for quite a while to make a big gap on the people behind her. But that tire wear is definitely going to come into play.
Absolutely, although unless my overlay is lying to me, I believe that Plumpy we may have actually missed Plumpy pitting under the caution we had earlier. The one and only caution so far, touch wood. Yeah, because based on my own overlay, it's saying that they're only 42 to 43 laps into their stint, as we see here.
Yeah, they pitted 15 laps before, they pitted 15 laps in the race, and I've been on these tires for 43 laps. So, I think
smart move there.
I think at this point, they're going to be using that gap to kind of keep themselves ahead.
Absolutely, sort of one lap clear of the previous leader and pole sitter, Anna the Deer, trying to eke it out and see if the being slightly off strap to everyone else plays to their advantage. Sometimes to win a race, you got to be slightly off kilter, do things slightly off kilter.
We're gonna move back down.
But they are being harassed there by Daedalus. As we go back down to Zoisite. Apologies, Sol.
No,
we keep talking over each other tonight.
No, it's all good. I'm used to last race where it's just me in here and I can talk to myself like a schizophrenic. But yeah.
Now there's two of us.
The closest battle I think we got actually isn't this. It's the battle between Sky1 and Riley for 9th place right now, as everyone's kind of squabbling amongst each other in front of them. These are our closest drivers.
Absolutely. Sort of a couple laps down from our leader Plumpy as it stands at the moment. Provisional leader potentially Anna after Plumpy takes their pit stop. But Riley and Sky were battling before the pit cycle, and it will continue into this strategy as we hear over the radio that Plumpy is coming in this time by. So that will gift the lead back to Anna the Deer. But yeah, the battle's still raging on. Riley still trying to find a way past Sky One. Chasing the tail, as it were, but not able to find a way past. But still very close on the rear.
We're going to move our way back down the field here to Ian, who's currently battling with Rexy right now. Trying to see if they can get past them. For 13th here. Lap traffic. There are definitely lap traffic for most people that they got to fight their way through. So long as they don't reach any sort of issue, they're going to be
yep,
kind of just
17. Yeah, sorry, Sol. Just the 17 there, giving up a little bit of the high line, thinking Ian would be going low in the previous corner, and he does.
Rexy and Ubi.
Yep. Although Ubi just slowing down, perhaps to let everyone by, already a few laps down due to that unfortunate flip onto the halo, as Ubi Diaz has got a black flag.
That may be for incident limit. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes,
They're
fortunately,
gonna have to come and serve that.
Indeed, unfortunate race for Ubi Diaz there. But we focus now with Ian the Terrible, about to be lapped by Anna the Deer.
We're going to move back up the field now to Riley, as they're currently now battling with Skywan. We missed the initial pass.
Yeah, but Sky's not letting it go that easily. Right all over the rear of Riley. Riley just trying to position his car, just to give Sky that little bit of dirty air. But Sky does not want to let that go, from the best of my knowledge.
No.
Still looking to sort of close that gap up and regain the position.
Yeah. Currently, Riley keeping a very consistent line, starting to pull away here. We're going to move up to Katie Timberfox and Daedalus' battle, as they are going side by side here through the front straight.
Yep, another. You said yourself before that you've had a lot of good races with Daedalus, and he's fierce behind them as he pulls out of the slipstream, goes low into turn 3, and then into turn 4. Who has the better drive out the corner? It's just about still Katie with the lead there.
Yeah, Daedalus knows how to do these good side-by-side battles. His crux has always been coming down to interacting with lapped cars and unfortunate, small driver errors. As he looks to go on the inside, can't make the move stick. He's going to keep right behind Katie. Katie keeping it nice and consistent here. Making sure to not put themselves into the wall, but accommodating Daedalus whenever he goes down there. They're real close to one another right now. I believe...
Daedalus all over that tail of Katie Timberfox there. Not going to let... we won't tell Jordan honest, but really, really not wanting to give that position up. It's really looking, maybe making it this time by Katie keeping it on the high side, maybe trying to keep the momentum. They're side by side across the finish line, but Katie still...
And we got a caution.
That's the lead.
What happened? I think I saw someone spinning in the background. I was going to say, I think the only reason Katie was keeping in that fight was because of the fact she was keeping on that grippier surface. As we look back, let's take a look back at what happened to Camo here. I'm not sure what happened. Ian the Terrible also getting involved. We're going to have to take a look back at that real quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's back on the racing surface. Comes up and he just loses it on the cold tires. So where does
a little
Ian
bit of ambition
fall?
over adhesion for Sean Fry, but yeah, why was Ian going slow? I believe over the game radio there was a minor hardware moment.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. Yeah, I think that was just a hardware moment. Yeah, they just got into the wall. Luckily, it looks like they could probably still keep that rolling and get into the pits, but yeah, tough break.
someone else has had hardware failure recently mid-race, it's not a fun experience to have. So hopefully Ian can recover from that as we see Anna the Deer having another cheeky pit stop maybe.
Yeah, Anna, it
Allowing
looks like
Lith
Anna,
Fox.
Camo, David, and Ian are all going into pits or in the pits right now. So those are the only people seeming to pit in at this moment.
Yes, but that does promote 2 of the 3 Mirai United drivers into the top 2 positions on the podium. So tactical play by Anna there, maybe to see if she can add out another set of tyres or maybe find a little bit more grip and fuel to offset the strategy. But Lith Fox there just been quite a quiet race for them, and Frankie Wynn, to be fair. Just turning the laps, minding their business.
I mean, they've made up 5 and 7 positions respectfully. I will say, we were talking about Katie earlier. She is so far one of the biggest movers in this field. Her and Rexy both are up 10. As we say that they were up 10 positions. Rexy currently going into the pits and will be dropping down some. But currently, Katie's one of our biggest movers on the field here. So she's definitely someone I'm going to be keeping my eye out on. As everyone starts to get into the proper places, I'm assuming. I think some drivers are going to try and get that wave around. We do have a wave around rule in place for this race. So if everyone else pits in and all the lap cars, down cars stay out, they'll get a lap back, but it'll all come down to strategy.
Indeed.
I'm not sure who's that in front of them. If you can get
in front of Lith Fox, that might be. That is the 17 of Sean Fry. A fortunate race for them so far. Currently 6 laps down from our leaders.
They might be
but they
No, I think they might have gotten either a lucky dog or a wave around there. Not sure exactly which one. But
indeed.
They're gonna get a lap back here, which is probably gonna help them a bit out. Help out a bit.
Yeah. Because you never know what might happen in the race. There's still 70 laps to go. Well, roughly just under another 70 laps to go. And in racing, anything can happen. It usually does. Still a long way to go in this race.
Yeah, for sure. Though we have seen some really, really good racing so far. I'm very excited to see how Anna makes. Anna has to make up 10 positions to get back on that lead lap.
Hang on, we're not going green.
And we have a delayed green. What happened?
Interesting.
I'm not sure what happened there.
I believe further hardware failure from Ian there, maybe.
It's not Rexy.
It's not Rexy, no, but has been stated on the radios that, again.
Yeah, there.
Oh, contact
no!
under caution.
The contact under caution! Oh, no!
Not what anybody needs there.
No, and honest...
Rexy checking up, but Ian having further technical problems with their hardware today. Really unfortunate to see there. It's going to be an awkward one for the stewards to look at, but given circumstances, it's going to be...
There may be.
I would want to be the stewards. I can say that much.
Yeah, pray for me in my free time. The pace car's lights are off. We're gonna get a nice sweeping shot here as we come to the line. I believe we're gonna be starting this time by Lith Fox controls the pace.
The field indeed.
And we're off once again. So far, nothing super dramatic as we move down the field. Yeah, everyone's keeping it... Oh, I say that. We got people side by side. Anna's one of them, making her way down to that low line.
Trying to use those fresh tyres and an extra little bit of fuel to her advantage, although, like you said before, they take a little while to cool up, so we'll see what can be done.
Kaito Nasa being left kind of high and dry up there as Plompy continues to hold them up there. Anna looking for that opportunity to slip in right behind them. As we're going to look further up the field. Ruby's starting to make some moves through the field.
Yeah, Ruby snuck up into the top 10 positions after not getting qualifying lap in, and now she's all over the rear of Daedalus Fulguri.
Yeah, I heard some scraping against the wall, so I'm not sure what that's all about. No caution from it. But we'll
Yeah.
take a second to look. Anna now moving past Kaito. She's moving up the field and she is making it quick, but Kaito not making it an easy affair for her, holding that high line. She's gonna go for it again.
Just a little bit. Yeah, just giving Anna a little bit of dirty, a little bit of pause for thought. And Anna might have the run here. She goes all the way to the low line. Because Kaito is still going to be fighting for those positions. There's no blue flags here.
No, they are both for position. Actually, I think all 4 of these cars are for position. So they all benefit by keeping it in there.
But it is allowing Camo and Rexy behind to
Oh,
close
and
the gap.
Kaito's forced wide. He lets all 3 of them pass, I think. Yeah, all 3 of them. And then some.
Yep, and also allows Guayando to begin unlapping themselves potentially as well.
We're gonna move
But
back.
aggressive moves from Anna. She wants to get back into that lead lap as we move now to the fight between Zoisite and Katie Timberfox.
Katie, look at
Zoe sort of...
Sorry.
No, after you. Sorry.
No, you're gonna say something about Zoe. I was gonna say something about Katie. We can go one after another.
Yeah, sort of. Zoe got a good qualifying lap in and sort of, but was just sort of minding her own business. But Katie there, well, Katie, apologies, maybe looking for something on Zoe to get onto the 3rd step of the podium.
Yeah, no, for sure. Zoisite with a strong qualifying, keeping himself on that podium spot. Unfortunately, not being able to catch Frankie and Lith in front of him, as Lith continues to kind of eke out a gap more and more there. I think for now the 2 of these guys are done fighting as we move back to Plumpy, who's currently chasing down Skyrocket Dog. Looking to make some moves, get some more points under her belt. She's definitely got that lead lap extra point, but anything else can help you in the long run for this championship.
Yep, it doesn't matter where you start, it's about where you finish. And right now, Plumpy is trying to make sure that she finishes in a good position, but it isn't going to be easy against Sky One.
We're going to move up to Daedalus here, who's looking to defend himself against Ruby Nekomata, as she is keeping herself firmly planted at the back of his machine.
Absolutely, with some hard defense by the looks of it from Daedalus there. Just trying to keep that top 5 alive.
Ooh.
Just doing what he can. Oh, is Ruby... A little bit of a spook going on there. Ruby pulls down to the low line.
Moment there, yeah. Daedalus almost getting into the wall.
But does...
Ruby having to move to avoid. And now the door is open for Riley, who's making this a 3-wide affair.
But Riley forced high onto the marbles. Really sort of... bit of disadvantage being up that high in the corners, and Daedalus still holds on to P5. Ooh,
this may become
some good racing.
This may become a 5-car affair because with the way these guys are battling, it's going to let Skyrocket Dog and Plumpy, it's going to lend them an opportunity to catch up here. As Ruby puts herself real low, Riley into the wall. He's gone around, and we got a caution coming out.
But who gets the position there? Riley with the broken front right wheel. That's going to be a slow crawl to pit lane and a fast repair. But I think, Ruby might have just got the position over Daedalus as the caution flag flew.
Yeah.
No, might have been Daedalus. The standings are still updating.
It's looking at like Daedalus right now. That's going to be a rough call for Riley. Another, I believe that wasn't even turn 4. I think he just kind of lost it. We're gonna have a look back there. What caused that? Yeah. No, turn 4 takes another. He gets into that turn 4 wall. He saves it though. I can fully respect that save because now he can roll it back to the pits, get that repair. Hopefully though, he's able to run the rest of the race without issue. It looks like Lith's going into the pits. We're gonna have a lot of people pitting. We got about 50 laps to go. 48, actually, sorry, laps to go here. So we are at the closing stretch.
Yeah, apologies there, Sol, again, talking over each other. But yeah, even Anna there coming in to take the additional pit stop.
I mean,
perhaps maybe just for fuel, maybe for both.
Pit strategy-wise, everyone seems to trying to stay within the same kind of, I guess, tire wear range and whatnot. Probably topping up fuel as well. Because these
But
cars
I
are at
believe
half tank for this race.
yeah, but for those that have already had an extra set of tires, like Anna, like a couple of the others there, that might be their last set. So they might have to see these through all the way to lap 140 and the checkered flag. So it might be a bit of a long ask for some if we get another caution.
Yeah, Rexy and Kaito going to be getting the most out of this, though. They move all the way up to first and second, respectively. Oh, I think David went off track there. I'm not sure what happened.
Indeed. There's a lot of confusion going on.
Some people, I think Camo got a speeding penalty, so he'll have to serve that at the start of the race. People kind of getting into position. Yeah, no. Definitely, yeah, it's become a tire wear race more than anything else. Ooh, we get a little bit of a brake check there. Riley getting that full repair, coming back up to where he's supposed to be. Moving up to Rexy to see how the pace car is doing.
Yes, I believe there's a little bit of confusion over what's going on under these caution laps.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on either. Something that may need to be sorted out for next time. As long as people listen to their iRacing black box, it should give them the right position to be in. I know we have some lap down cars who did not pit, who are staying out. So I think that's what's kind of happening. People are slotting back, because I believe it's single file back for the pace for the lap down cars. So they're kind of slowing up to let those cars pass. As we are 1 to green, Rexy will lead the field. So it is up to them to... Black flags, yeah, I believe it was from speeding on pit lane.
Yeah, some were from black flags, some I believe were allegedly passing under yellow, but bits of confusion going on with this restart here, but all people can do is
Work with
follow what the game says. Yeah, we got to work with what you got. In the real world, even live stewards might end up penalising you for the same thing, given the context. So unfortunately, our drivers will have to work with what we've got.
Going.
As we go green, you say that was Roxy, sorry? Yeah, Roxy wasting... Rexy, apologies. Wasting no time to get the foot down. Oh.
Ooh.
Apologies, I heard a little bit of tyre screeching from somewhere.
Oh, that's not good.
But everyone's still rolling as far as I can see.
Oh, and that's Katie Timberfox into the wall. We're gonna have another caution.
And I had to open my mouth.
No caution. No caution so far. Oh! Big impact from Camo.
Car slides off. Camo slides off hard into the wall.
No caution so far.
Yes.
I think it's because they're not on the racing surface.
It will be. They are below the apron, so the iRacing caution will not automatically call it. But that was a terrifying hit. But we keep on green. Really feel bad for those two competitors there, but
yeah, I know, especially for Katie. She was running really, really well. Looks like she just lost it under the cold tires. She moved back down the field here. A lot of people battling for position.
Yeah. Anna the Deer and Ruby Nakamata, they're the sort of two of the bigger names, two of the faster people in the racing YouTuber sphere. Ruby maybe trying to close back up on a Frankie win, but having to deal with Anna's horns just in that mirror, just going, "Hey, I'm here."
I mean, Anna is a pretty scary driver to have behind her. She's one of the best IndyCar drivers on the iRacing service. So she may end up being our Dale Earnhardt for the series. As she
potentially
looks to make the move on Ruby. She gets under her, but will she make a stick? Because I think that's a lap car. They have to avoid, but she's going to get that pass because Ruby's going to have to make some room for that lap car.
Yeah, that is the lap car of Guayando there. Just having trying to keep themselves in a predictable spot, but ultimately compromising Ruby there. Not much can be done about that one.
Liss now moving up through the field, trying to catch up to Kaito. He's about half second back on. We'll see how that plans out for them in a moment. But for right now, we're gonna be back to Plumpy, who's currently in a 4-car train. Fourth position.
Yep. Guayando, Skyrocket Dog, Plumpy, and Daedalus there, just a little bit further back. Daedalus maybe not where he wants to be at the minute,
No.
but sometimes a little bit of clean air can do you good.
Hopefully he can catch back up with that.
Yeah, edge out that sort of edge those tires out a little bit longer. See if save them for the last few laps and get a good run later in. As Plumpy there, just peeking their nose a little bit into the mirrors of Sky One, trying to unsettle the pooch, but not unsettled as it stands.
We'll move back to Zoisite and Anna the Deer, battling for 4th. Oh, no, battling for 5th. This is for top 5. Zoisite's gonna have to defend real hard, but I think Anna's already made the move to pass. Zoisite not as onto that grippier surface than he needs to be, but he still gets a way better launch coming out of it.
But it will compromise him down into 3 and 4. But he's still just enough alongside Havana just to say, not quite, not that easy, sunshine. Using just enough of the high line to keep momentum up, but I think Anna's got it done this time by, yes, she has, out of 2.
We're going to go up now 2 positions to the battle for 3rd between teammates Frankie Wynn and Lith Fox.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully not a multi-21 situation there, but you never know with teammates. Sometimes games can come into play, providing they're relatively sportsmanlike. No shenanigans over here. But yeah, Frankie perhaps using his little bit extra experience and regularity with the NXT cars just to get past Lith for the time being.
They just make
but
the gap.
How quickly...
No, continue what you're saying. Sorry.
Just saying, how quickly will he be able to close up on Kaito Nasa there and Rexy in the lead?
We got Zero on the apron. She's crashed out. She's jumped to the pits.
An unfortunate race for Zero, I believe.
She's been having a rough time.
Yeah, always willing to give it the old college try as Zero, but perhaps maybe not Iowa, not the race for her so far at the start of the season, but plenty more races to come.
Yeah, Frankie is catching Kaito really, really quickly here. Those old tires starting to show their age for sure. As Frankie makes a big move below Kaito. Kaito leaving the door wide open. Ooh.
Yeah, not really fighting that one. Probably combo of tires and confidence in the car. Frankie runs this car quite regularly and really showing his experience with how he's positioned the car on the racing surface, but not even giving it a second to catch his breath. As Anna the Deer there fighting for P5 against the Lith Fox.
Yeah, the two of them going side by side through 1 and 2 here. I was going to
Taylor
point
Mills Racing versus Mariah United VRT.
I was going to point this battle out behind them as Kaito goes into the pits. The two of them were battling side by side as... Oh, we got a battle for the lead. Rexy currently now having to defend against Frankie as he takes that high side. Oh, we're under a caution. Frankie gets the pass right before the caution.
Oh, and there was contact between Lith Fox and Anna the Deer.
Oh, no. We're going to have to take a look back at that real quick here. What happened here? Might have just been some hard battling.
Lith on the high line. Oh,
no,
and
Lith's back end just slipped out from under him. That's unfortunate. Lith, one of the faster cars on track. Unfortunately, I believe he had to tow there,
Yeah.
But no, it looks like
unfortunate for Lith there.
It looks like Rexy holds first still.
By the look of the flag, I believe, in this instance, 115 laps.
Saved by the bell, but they're going to have to pit in.
Absolutely. Take that last set of tyres with 20... Is my math any good?
25 to go.
25, 35. Yeah, 25 laps to go.
Anna,
the only pitter, so perhaps the other drivers have used up their remaining tyre sets.
I believe they're the last person pit strategy-wise to go in there. Yeah, they've on the longest stint on these tires, 41 laps. So, they're definitely on a very odd pit strategy so far.
Indeed.
To everyone
Although,
else.
one thing we missed over the radios, they're not on the broadcast, is that Kaito Nasa did pit just before the caution flew, so that not the greatest timing for Kaito there.
Yeah, they
I
got
believe.
caught out by that for sure.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, that's one of those things with oval racings that's just kind of not necessarily an inevitable, but one of those things that can happen to you. So you just gotta have to work with what you got. I will say though, Frankie's going to have a rough time because behind them is Anna the Deer and Ruby and Zoisite, a couple drivers who have kept themselves in the top 10 this entire race.
Yeah, some really good racing from Zoe's side. I know they've had struggles with some of the sports car stuff now and again. It's particularly choosing the Audi R8 in V-Track of all cars and series.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, putting on a really good showing here at Iowa today.
Zoisite's one of those drivers that I've got to watch. Like he has a genuine talent for the ovals, the oval tracks, regardless of car. But he's one of those drivers I got to see really kind of come into their own over time. And it's really good to see them up here fighting with a lot of the well-established, well-experienced drivers. In the
Absolutely.
field.
I'd be curious to see if he can bring it to the likes of Frankie Wynn, Anna the Day, and Ruby Nakamata. Because you've got Mirai United VRT, Taylor Mills Racing, and Samantha Tan Racing filling out the podium here. 3 big names in sim racing, or VTuber sim racing, and sim racing in general here.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's trying to get back up there. Lith Fox is, I believe, still is going to go a couple laps down, unfortunately, because they did have to tow. I don't blame them for not opting to roll it back to the pits. But they've just left the pits, so they're going to be about a lap down, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate race for Lith Fox. Yeah.
We're going to be coming back with, I believe, 22 to go here. Frankie will lead the field coming as soon as that safety Mustang gets off the track. It's in the hands of Frankie Wynn here. See if he can Frankie win the race.
Indeed. But as you dictated in our rulebook for this season, there are no games on the start.
Yeah, you have to go and commit to it.
Yes, no funny business here. The flag is thrown, and Frankie puts his foot down, immediately trying to break the toe from Anna the Deer there. Afraid of not wanting to feel those sharp horns pressed against his rear. I don't know why I phrased it like that. I do apologize. I was just trying to make it interesting and not weird.
Yeah, so currently he has a decent gap. We'll see how that whittles down as the race goes on. Daedalus now side by side with Riley as we come into turn 4. Riley able to make that move stick. We'll see if Daedalus can respond. David back there having to defend himself against a couple of their lap cars. We can see back there. Katie
Yeah,
Timberfox.
lots of interesting battles all over the field as we go back to green. Sorry.
No, you're good. Katie Timberfox moves under Lith to make that pass. I see Daedalus trying to make a move. As she makes that one. Daedalus, Riley, side by side for 7th. Ooh, keeping it close. No one overstepping, though. Daedalus slides up the track a bit.
David Katz in the background looking and lurking to see if he could maybe take advantage of the slipstream somewhat. Daedalus all over the rear of the Mirai United VRT car there, looking for the move, trying to go take the more aggressive line.
Daedalus
Riley just
himself
utilising that
underneath.
momentum.
Riley pushed all the way to the wall. Ooh, okay. I thought they were getting real close to each other. Nope, they're just nose to tail. Crisis averted. They are battling
Camera angle lying to us. As the gap has come down between... As we look back here with Skyrocket Dog, and I believe that is...
that is Plumpy behind him.
Yes, the battle's still ongoing between these two, although the gap between our leading top 2 here down to 0.4 of a second. closing the gap, but not quite anything significant at the moment that's going to affect the field. But this battle here with Sky and Plumpy here, very slowly developing. Sky just putting the car in the right place, despite the dirty air from Zoisite ahead.
Yeah, the two of them are slowly catching Zoisite too in this, so it may become a 3-car battle for 4th. As Plumpy sticking themselves on that low line as low as the car will go. Can't make it stick. Continue to push for this position. We're going to move back to the battle between Katie Timberfox and Lith Fox. As they go side by side coming out of 4. Getting pushed Lith getting pushed real high up to the wall. Hard battling right now.
Hard battling, but Lith knows Lith has never wanted to back down, fighting to be the superior fox in the field, as it were.
Yeah. For now, it seems to have calmed down. There was a little bit of passing between these two. Sky Rocket Dog and Plumpy. Keeping each other very honest right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Plumpy makes the move underneath. Kaito not Kaito. Skywon goes wide, makes it stick, keeps the position. I hear someone in the wall from the camera. The two of them just keeping each other on their toes. Plumpy, though, in the harder position of passing right now. They are side by side coming out of 4. Will 4 take another? It will not.
Yeah, that number 99 car still not quite finding their way past. Sky using that dirty air, a little bit of more of a gap between themselves and Zoisite now, so able to perhaps focus more on what's going on behind them, where to place the car.
And Plumpy
to keep
gets
Plumpy
into
behind.
The wall a bit, so that's gonna cost them. I think it might get Riley the position there.
Yeah, Riley looking for it, gave himself a little gap between himself and Daedalus. But it depends whether Riley can take advantage of Plumpy's little bit of a love tap there against where we are.
We're gonna move back down to the battle between Kaito Nasa and David Katz, because they're currently the closest 2 cars. I say that Kaito's got a bit of a wiggle and he's slowing down. Currently, David and Kaito are the only 2 battling for their lap. I believe they're only a lap down. Everyone else is 2 or more at this point in time.
Indeed. Yeah, there might have been some confusion over the driver radios about, you know, the Lucky Dog rules and letting people by and stuff like that, but the cards are falling where they've fallen. Ian are terrible in the middle of the battle between the two, between Katsa and Kaito here.
Right now, it's just these two as the closest battlers. We're gonna move back up to the top of the field though to see how the battle between Frankie Wynn and Anna the Deer. As Frankie tags the wall, that's less than an ideal line, Frankie. As we come into turn 1 and 2, Anna's gonna close that gap. Frankie's probably battling some damage. As now the battle for first has heated up. Can Anna make her way back upfield past Frankie?
Indeed, Frankie playing perhaps a little bit too close to the sun there, as you start to feel the pressure from the horns of Anna the Deer, just closing the gap there, just doing enough with 5 laps to go, including lap 140, the white flag lap.
We're 5 to go.
Is it going to be enough? 4 to go. Is it going? Can Anna just squeeze that gap down to less than 3/10?
These guys. I don't think she can. She's starting to slowly lose him. Frankie keeping his line the best he can, fighting what potentially might be damage on the car.
Potentially a damaged car, trying to use the dirty air just to keep Anna at bay. Oh, it's going to be tight at the front there, but a couple laps to go now. Might be anything changes, but not seeing any other super close battles at the moment. Sky Rocket Dog and Riley haven't quite played things out.
No.
Liv Fox is still ahead of Katie Fox. Daedalus, however, oh no, Daedalus is just having a little bit of a lap battle with Jolted.
So yeah, as we come down to the last lap, it's literally down to the wire.
Although we did miss on the white flag lap very quickly. David Katzer did succeed position to Kaito Nasa, but back to Frankie Wynn.
They are, there are still plenty of opportunities for a mistake to happen, but it does not seem like Frankie will let another one happen, as there's a car spinning on the track and Frankie wins at Iowa. Oh, that could have been a potentially
no last lap cautions.
sketchy last lap little wreck there, but luckily Rexy rolled it out of the way just in time. Frankie maybe implementing a little bit of the Reska tech here tonight.
Indeed.
I want to see what happened there with Rexy.
Just the rear of that 88 car just giving up, unfortunately.
Yeah, turn
tires
4 takes another.
Perhaps. Indeed.
That's a rough end of the race. But
indeed, unfortunate run there.
With that, I'm gonna rewind so we can see some of that we can see Frankie wins donut.
Yeah, some sweet celebrations there from Frankie Wynn.
Definitely a hard fought win here with a lot of the kind of accidents and scuff during this race. I'm gonna get Frankie in here. I'm gonna get I believe it's Frankie, Anna, and
Ruby
Nakamata to round out your top 3. Okay. While we do that, I'm gonna find Ruby on the track here. We're gonna go a couple laps back. In the meantime, and we're just gonna run it at 4 times speed, 1/4 speed. No, but that was some good racing. A lot of people, a lot of drama. Definitely, there's some notes to take from this, but everyone kept it pretty clean for the most part. There was some mistakes that obviously people are definitely going to have to adapt to in the future, but we're gonna get Ruby Nakamata in here first. Ruby, how you doing?
Oh, hi. Hi.
You've been stolen for the interview.
No, I've been kidnapped. Save me.
But no, you had yourself a pretty good race here. 3rd place, and you moved up 10 positions. You were one of the biggest movers on track, I think, this race out of everyone. Especially with the very scuffed qualifying kind of procedure. Which was my fault, but
okay.
That's neither here nor there. But yeah. So, what was your kind of goal? Well, not goal, but your strategy going into this, seeing as you weren't able to set a qualifying lap for the start of this race?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never driven this car before. I've driven the track like once, and so I was just really just trying to get the grips of it and learn it as much as I could. Because this is, I like ovals, but I've never driven like anything like high downforce ovals that much. So I was just getting to grips with the car. Like the first few stints were just trying to figure out how to race in dirty air, how to get what was the best line, and how to pretty much stay on top of all the anti-roll bars and stuff. And yeah, like once I figured that out, I was able to push. And I'm still trying to figure out how to be as fast as Frankie and Anna, but I feel pretty good.
I mean, 3rd place is a great place to start. Yeah, you were able to avoid
one question
Oh, sorry, no, go ahead. Ask your question.
Sorry, Sol. Apologies here on the broadcast about anti-Ruby. Is one thing I was sort of piquing my interest in a lot of the racing was how you're able to manage the tyres in the blistering conditions out there. No one likes racing a 50C track attempts at the best of times, but how are you managing that? As you believe you said earlier, not that well versed in this kind of oval racing versus the likes of Frankie and others.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of my experience from like stock car oval racing coming into play there. So I just knew how to save, and I'm really good at saving tires in those cars, so I was able to carry that over to here. But also, I was able to figure out where to like run, not get into dirty air as much, and I think as a result, I was able to save the front tires as well because I noticed that I was able to charge through the pack in a long run,
Mm.
and which is something I tend to do a lot. I don't know like how exactly I do it, but I guess I'm just really in tune with with the tire and figuring out how to like keep that in check.
Mm. Um, no, but uh, was there anyone out there particularly that was giving you a kind of a rougher time to get around than anyone else? Because you had to move through a lot of people this race again, as like I previously stated.
Yeah.
Was there anyone that was
Uh,
particularly giving you a rough time?
Yeah, like I was battling with a Katie Fox, and there was also a lap car. I forget who that I was trying to get around. I was trying to get when I was trying to battle with Daedalus. But other than that, like I found it pretty not simple, but I was able to get past, and I was able to judge the space. And yeah, I mean everything just went better than expected.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was expecting to be in the wall or like be like way off pace, but I was
Mm-hmm.
able to get a hang of it,
Yeah,
thankfully.
no, you seemed pretty solid, pretty planted that entire race. Kohai, you got any more
Yeah.
questions for Ruby Nekomata, aka Wilster, as they're called in the Discord?
AKA yeah, Eternal Polaris, many other nicknames. Just following on for what you're saying about utilizing your existing skills elsewhere. It's sort of something that I've noticed about your driving in other events is that you really are able to take what you've learned perhaps from like stock car racing, as you said today, perhaps even some of the stuff you learned in sports car, and apply it slightly differently just to give yourselves that little bit of an advantage
Hmm.
just to do what you've done today so you can save the tires a little bit and have those late run surges through the field through consistency and patience rather than what we might have seen with some of the other drivers today who are pushing really on and then struggling to hold those positions later on in their runs. Really good work out there today, Ruby. You can be proud of this one.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I read something from Tony Stewart that says like it's a race car, like and like as long as it has four wheels and it goes fast, like it doesn't matter. I'll drive it like a race car. So that's just my mentality going into these races. Whenever it's something really different, I mean, just because it's lighter and it has wings on it doesn't mean it's still not a race car. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, thank you for your time. We're gonna send you off here. We're gonna drag in
thank you,
someone else. Congrats
thank you,
again
thank
on the
you,
podium. Hope to see more of you in the future.
thank you so much.
Uh, be free. Be free. We're gonna drag in, I believe, Anna next. Uh, hello,
And there we
Anna.
have.
Hello.
So, uh, for the most part, all things considered, pretty dominant race. Another pretty dominant race for you today. Didn't bring.
No.
I mean, listen, you're on par to get a decent chunk of points, not to mention a decent chunk of bonus points. You were leading a big chunk of the race, all things
Oh, yeah.
considered. Obviously you couldn't catch back up to Frankie even after that big mistake he made getting into the wall there near the end.
Nah. It's just, I mean, track temp was really high, so it's a
Mhm.
little bit more difficult to pass than it was cooler conditions, but yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, there's some stuff that on the back end we'll have to make sure for the next time we come to an oval track to make sure that it's a bit more consistent racing. But if I
Absolutely can't have our fellow drivers driving around in the lava. However, despite the soaring track temps there, you still managed that dominant performance, even though one could argue Frankie might have been saved by the bell at the very end there with that
No,
late
no,
caution.
no, it's not dominant. It's, I just took a risk with the strategy because we had like 70 laps to go, and I thought, basically because we had a green flag pit stop that first cycle, I thought, okay, maybe we'll get another one. And it's just because at Iowa, if you go long, you go a lap down pretty much.
yeah.
So I thought I'll just fill up the tank again, even though I lose track position a little bit. And but like if it goes green, then and I go long and there's a caution, I've basically got the gap on the whole field pretty much. So, took the risk with the strategy, just filling out no tires with the limited tires as well. Probably if I had another set of tires, then maybe I would have gotten up to the field before that final caution a little bit quicker, I will say. But there's just the risk you take, like at Iowa here.
Yeah.
And then that final caution came out when Lyft tried to battle me really hard, but
Yeah.
didn't want to concede and ended in the wall himself. So yeah, and then it was pretty much like pretty much just fill up and go to the end from there. I made a few positions, but yeah, it's just I knew Frankie was kind of weak at the restarts, but didn't really capitalize there, and it just kind of staled mate from there. So yeah.
I mean,
True.
still
You
very.
still put him under a lot of pressure though for a good portion of that
Yeah.
race when you
Nah,
were
that's pretty
chasing
chill.
behind him.
Nah, it was pretty chill.
No, but
But it looked to us in the booth like you were putting Frankie under pressure, perhaps
No,
being ready to use them horns.
no. I mean, me and Frankie have raced each other, so I'm pretty chill about it. So
I mean, yeah. You seem to be racing everyone relatively clean. Did obviously, because due to the temperature of the track and how Iowa just is generally, how hard was the tire wear making that for you? Because I know you have a decent chunk of experience with cars like this. So does the heat of the track and whatnot make that harder for you to keep that clean battling?
well, I mean, we clearly saw that with Liff, who only took fuel and no tires, and then died on the right
I
rear
mean-
there. So and my right hand side tires at the end of that stint were 6450, so they were pretty much on the warning limit of
Yeah.
being destroyed. So yeah, it's just hot track in Iowa. It's in the high speeds here. I think I did manage them quite a lot better than I think easily a lot better than one of the other people were around me during that race. So yeah, and then I think just a lot of people just struggling on the restarts and not going 5-1 on the bars, what you should be doing, and then slowly going down like 4-2, 3-3, 2-4,
Yeah.
1-5 as the stint progresses on. I know Frankie knows that very well, so yeah. So yeah.
Trying to think of anything else of note that I want to ask you about. Kohai, do you have anything you want to ask about?
Yeah, I mean, I know you sound disappointed by not getting the win and the strategy perhaps not playing your way, but it's still a massive haul of points for the season and some good groundwork to get this started on. Yes,
I'm part time, so I don't really care about championship points. So
at the very least, if that's the case, you can have as much fun as you can in the races you are here for.
I mean, Anna's here to make people sweat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here to help people out, but also just
yeah, no, for sure.
Just to help lift the pedigree of drivers up and get better. So yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to ask you. Congrats on the second though. It was a hell of a performance, all things considered. I don't know when we'll see you next, but I hope the next time we see you continue to bring some good action to the field.
Yeah, I think next planned scheduled race is probably Richmond for me. So in 2 weeks time.
2 weeks time, yeah.
So yeah, I will probably likely do that, and that will be quite fun. I like Richmond, so
yeah, Richmond's a good track. Yeah, I guess we'll set you free here.
Alrighty.
Thank you for joining us.
No worries. See ya.
Okay, and we're gonna get our last driver in here, our winner of the race, at least for at least the unofficial results. Though I don't think post-race stewarding is going to affect this much. Frankie, how you doing?
So, I'm doing very well. I'm very happy with my race today.
No, yeah, yeah, especially given the qualifying circumstances. You were I think out of the 21 car field, you were were one of the 4 drivers who were making the most moves for position this race. So what was your kind of strategy going into the race, especially with some of the pre-race scuff?
Well, going into the race, my my strategy was qualify high and then just stay near the front. But that went out the window because I got surprised by the 1 lap quali. And
I will take entire fault for that. That was not intended at all. I thought it was 2, but apparently
it's all good.
I
But yeah,
missed
that
one.
that 1 lap quali threw me off because I never practiced for a 1 lap quali anywhere. I don't think there's ever any events or anything that does a 1 lap quali. But yeah, that gave me a P9 starting position. So midfield, not where I want to be. So going into it, I just want to try and make moves up the field early on the fresh tires if I could. Try to take advantage of running the high line while everyone else is in dirty air. And eventually I got up to like a P5-ish position, settled in there whilst the pit cycles were happening. And yeah, it was just eventually it just ended up me being behind Liv and Anna, and during another one of the cautions, Anna pitted and Liv and I stayed out, and then it ended up being there being another caution, and again everyone pitted, so Anna and I ended up on the same strategy again. But Liv unfortunately decided not to take tires. Against his better judgment, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a thing." It could have worked out. He was saving an extra set of tires in case a caution came out, and he would have gotten the freshest tires. But unfortunately, he brought out the caution. He was running so well, but with that, I inherited the lead, and from the final restart, it was just me trying to hold Anna off whilst having the advantage of the clean air. And the clean air is like super advantageous. I could pretty much run almost flat out. I did run flat out all the way around in the clean air for quite a few number of laps, and I got a bit too comfortable, and a few times I did tag the wall and almost
we
bottle
saw
it.
I was definitely holding my breath when you tagged the wall near the end there, and Anna started to catch up to you.
Yeah,
although,
we kept it interesting, that's for sure. But
I
but
think at
yeah,
least with one of those cautions, Frank, it almost looked like she was saved by the bell, verbally speaking, as Anna was closing the gap down. You feel? I know that Anna said that she was keeping it fairly chill with you, as you've raced each other before. You've done Horizon, you've done various other leagues together, and officials, of course. But did you feel a bit under pressure from Anna at all?
I'm always under pressure if Anna's behind me. That's why I was running. That's the only reason why I tagged the wall those few times, because I was under pressure. If I'd had my head in the game a bit better, that would be because Anna's not pressuring me. Because I was pushing, I was trying to see if I could run the remainder on full push, full throttle all the way around. I was trying to see how my tires were feeling, and they were feeling pretty all right, to be fair. But yeah, just a slight miscalculation on my inputs that one time that I hit the wall. And I did incur wheel damage when I hit that wall hard that one time. But fortunately, with this car, even though it's an open wheel car and it's more fragile than, a closed wheel car, it's still pretty sturdy for an open wheel car. Like, wheel damage in this car still makes the car feel essentially the same. So I wasn't too worried about the wheel damage.
Yeah.
You managed to escape the horns of Anna the Deer today.
I mean,
Do you think it'll happen again for the next round at Watkins Glen?
I mean, we'll see. Anna's very good on the road courses, better than me on the road courses. But
I believe she told us she won't be back with Iron Ram until Richmond. So you have a bit of you have a 1 race gap without her holding up the front of the field.
Yes, I get to lead the championship for at least 1 race. Yay!
But
one thing I will say though is really good performance out there by both of you two and Mariah United. I know Riley gave it the old college try and gave it their best today as well. 3 of the drivers in our field here from Mirai United VRT, but perhaps go give Lith some extra head pats if you can, because I think you two could have come away.
Ruby as
Oh, yeah.
well. we
See,
all did very well. Like I said, I'm gutted for Liff the way his
Yeah.
race turned out, but we all ran good races. We were all gelling and keeping our spirits up. So it was fun race. It's fun getting the team together to do something like this.
See, I made the mistake of thinking Ruby was running under STR for this event, but yeah, all of you had the chance to have almost a podium lockout, as it were, if that were the case, just versus the singular TMR car of Anna. But yeah, do you think hopefully you guys can maybe do some more of that kind of behavior and stuff in the next few rounds? Because I'll be looking forward to it, even if I'm only getting to see it from behind the wheel as you run off into the distance away from me.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Watkins Glen certainly it's a road course, but it's still essentially draft locked. So as long as people, if you're able to keep the draft, you're still in it. So it should give us a good show.
Yeah.
But yeah, hoping for more good results at Watkins Glen. I love Watkins Glen. So I'm hoping to show well there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll definitely be, for the most part, in the booth, kind of cheering you and everyone else along. As the person in the booth, I do have to remain impartial, but do know, every time we start one of these races, I always hope for the best for everyone.
Oh, speaking of everyone, let me take this opportunity to shout out everyone in the field. And that was a very good race from everyone. We kept it mainly clean. It was a good race. It wasn't a caution fest. Everyone for the most part behaved as they should and gave each other space and was respectful of each other. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that the quality of the racing in this league was as it was today. So
Yeah,
thanks for putting this together. So
yeah, no problem. I'm definitely very, very happy with the quality of drivers we've got here for the series. But I believe I don't have any more questions for you. Kohai, do you got any more questions for our race winner here?
Nothing I can immediately think of. Perhaps maybe look down the road for some suggestions for round 2 at Watkins Glen as to what to look out for, because although I will be joining the field next time by at round 2, same time next week, I won't be joining Sol. So I think maybe
I'll be back
off
in the booth
broadcast,
by
maybe
myself.
us. Unfortunate, but maybe we can steal a couple of tips from you, Frankie, for Watkins Glen.
sure. Watkins Glen, like I said, it's draft locked. So try as much as you can to stay within the draft of the car in front of you. Definitely, it is more preferable to attempt a pass going into the carousel, the sweeping right hander after the long straightaway, because this is going to be classic boot, so without the chicane. It is definitely better to pass there than to pass in turn 1. As tempting as it might be to try and pass in turn 1, you're going to compromise the extremely long run down the up the S's and then down that straight, which will leave you vulnerable to getting drafted and passed. And also, here's a freebie tip. On that straightaway, and perhaps all the straightaways at Watkins Glen.
Anyone in the league in the broadcast right now, get your notepad out.
Get your notepad out. Do not run in the middle of the track on the crown, because there's a crown in the middle of the road and it's going to scrape the underbody of the car, which will slow you down. So if you're drafting behind someone and they're on the left side of the road and you pop out with the overspeed to try and pass them, it is better to move all the way to the right side of the road rather than in the middle of the road, because you'll just lose that overspeed with the bottom of the car scraping on the crown.
Okay.
That's my big tip.
Yeah. So with that, I will let you go. Thank you again for stopping in here at the booth. Congrats again on the win. Here's some more, hopefully, in your future.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I hope to be back again soon.
Yeah. We'll let you free now. So yeah, with that, we're gonna wrap up here for the Iron Ram next series here at Iowa for our season opener. Next week we'll be going to our first road course of the season at Watkins Glen. So I'm very excited to see how the drivers adapt from going from oval to road course next week. But yeah, I think we got some good battling and a good start to the season. With that, do you have anything you want to say before we wrap up, Kohai?
No, I think you and Frankie covered it very well. Our field was very respectful to one another today, despite having their own moments and some weird issues with some of the automatic systems. But no, everyone was very nice, respectful, but they raced hard and fair, and that's what a lot of us want to see, and a lot of us want to experience as a driver. And hopefully, it can continue into next round, round two. Like I said, our first road course of the season, where I get to take part this time.
Yep.
But enough about me.
Before we head off, I want to say another big thank you to TH Designs for powering this series, making this possible. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful, good,